An incredibly annoying actor named Simu Liu recently guest starred on a show called The Dragon's Den. And if you're unfamiliar, this is basically a Canadian spin-off of Shark Tank, where entrepreneurs go in and pitch their products to the team. So they sometimes have celebrities join the show, and I have no idea why. But Simu Liu was invited on this show, and he ruined the fun for everyone. This company came in to pitch their brand of boba tea drinks. And immediately, Simu Liu, being one of the wokest actors in Hollywood, he had to take this opportunity to act like he was offended about this. He immediately launched into a rant about cultural appropriation because he is Asian. He is Chinese Canadian heritage. And he felt personally attacked by the fact that two white people had a brand of boba tea that is connected to Asian heritage in general. So he accused them of cultural appropriation, and he really thought he ate in this moment.
In the chat, they're saying that Dragon's Den was the original concept of this, and that
really it was Americans that made it better, like usual.
Man. I hated how that happens all the time.
I love that. Cultural appropriation at its finest.
Let's watch this one.
I am studying your can, and I am looking for anything that tells me where boba came from. And where boba came from is Taiwan. You know, I started this venture company for a lot of reasons, but really primarily to uplift minority entrepreneurs. And not only do I feel like this is not happening here, but that I would be uplifting a business that is profiting off of something that feels so dear to my cultural heritage. I want to be a part of bringing boba to the masses, but not like this. So for that reason, I'm out.
Can I just say that, like, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna have an energy drink on the show today. He started talking, and I'm like, nah, I have to drink an energy drink today. I can't make it through this without it.
Well, I mean,
respect that.
Respect that.
They have to say they respect it.
They cannot say any other answer.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
He was just bullying them into submission, and then he had some more comments later on. He got into a back and forth with one of the actual hosts of the show.
Should we play the rest of this clip? Or
yes.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. She was telling him, you know, you're kind of attacking them for no reason, bro.
Here we go.
It makes me sad how successful this business is. It makes me sad that
just that sentence alone is crazy.
Let's actually stop it right there.
Crazy.
Let's stop it right there. You don't even really have to go further. Let's just unpack, as much as you hate that term, the idea that this company's success actually bothers him. That is the level of hate that is in the heart of your average social justice person.
It makes me so sad how successful this company is.
That is the...
Screw you!
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, so it gets worse here.
people are, you know, they're drinking boba.
That envy is, you can't fix that, by the way. That is almost unfixable in most people.
Yeah,
it's ingrained from an early age, and if you see the world through that lens, it's actually shocking that you can end up being successful when that level of envy courses through your veins. If the success of other people bothers you, then the whole point is supposed to be, then you create a better product that more properly represents your values.
Or invest in whatever it is you believe in. But you can see, I've never heard of these other people on the show, but obviously since they're the mainstays, these are actual business executives. Like, these are actual venture capitalists who understand how to evaluate the if a company deserves their investment.
You have to be more neutral.
She is being the neutral party here and telling him he's being ridiculous, but he's not willing to listen. So here's their back and forth.
But with the raccoon with the sun,
it doesn't mean that
like
they don't have the opportunity
he's offended by the mascot.
There has to be a willingness, and I have to be able to invest in these founders knowing that, that change is possible.
They didn't say no. The collaboration that they've had to this point is with their supplier in Taiwan. And if nobody else has told them that before, you can't put that all on them.
No rebuttal, just stares into the distance.
He's like, I don't like the sunglasses.
He doesn't like that their mascot for the brand is a raccoon with sunglasses holding up the cans of boba tea. He thinks it's just disrespectful to the Asian culture.
Shouldn't he be speaking Chinese or French if he's Canadian then? Is English really, that seems like some type of cultural appropriation to me. What I found funny about it is like, on its face, a multicultural society actually has a lot of benefit in the business sector, in the business sector, because you can grow on ideas and you can build on them with your own unique perspectives. I think the best pizza places over here are both run by a Latino family. Which is, and nobody cares. Nobody will ever care because the whole idea is
you don't see Italians out there
Exactly.
picketing, protesting the idea that like a non-Italian family could own a pizza joint.
How a product is started matters less than how unique perspectives from different backgrounds can improve upon it. But he doesn't want it to be improved upon. What he wants is for you to bend the knee and somehow what does he want from this? I don't actually understand what his end game is for
He
this.
basically just thinks that they
shouldn't do
don't
it.
deserve to start a company on this concept because they're white. That's literally just he wasn't coming out and explicitly saying that, but it's essentially what he meant. And I saw this post from Kongmin Lee. He said a Chinese Canadian claiming a drink that was invented in Taiwan, who played a Korean in Kim's Convenience and complaining in a Western language on a Western television program while wearing Western attire. Your cultural heritage sounds a bit appropriatory, doesn't it? And this is where you end up in an impossible situation. You can't do anything without offending someone. So people tend to just give up and go about their day.
I pointed out, I said, didn't China invent pasta? Would the would the Chinese be mad at the Italians for appropriating
There are
pasta?
like so many examples of that where disparate cultures on different sides of the globe invented things at the same time or at different times without ever communicating with each other. But one can therefore claim we did it first, therefore it's ours.
Do you know what is incompatible?
vindictive.
You know what's incompatible with all this is the envy that he's talking about. It's the envy and the anger that he feels towards people that look different than him. You can't function in a society if all you feel is some type of anger or resentment towards another culture. If you can come together and build things together, what's the joke? It's always like, be like more like Mario. Have you ever seen that one? I'll see if I can pull it up here.
I don't think so. But after this segment was released, I noticed that the company that was in this video, Boba, it's spelled Bobba, they started getting a bunch of hate comments from a bunch of woke people that joined his side. They joined Simu Lu's side, and he had to post this video telling them to put down the pitchforks. It's in the TMZ article if you have it.
Yeah.
But he basically was telling people, like, please stop leaving bullying comments under these two entrepreneurs' posts because I criticized them on national television.
What's more interesting to me is why would you invite him? I guess does he own some type of venture capital firm? Why would you invite just a traditional celebrity unless they have a strong background in business?
No, they just do that for the show sometimes, just, to get eyes on it.
Like
that seems normal to
me.
me.
It makes a little bit more sense to me if that celebrity is like I could actually.
If you brought on Ryan Reynolds, oh my gosh,
okay, that makes perfect sense, right?
Yeah.
That's somebody who has a strong background in business and understands that when you create something, it's not necessarily look at Elon
or like
Musk.
even Kim Kardashian, like any of these people who run product lines. I don't know why he was on it.
Yeah,
it's weird.
I can't. It's the envy. It's the resentment that they feel towards other people. It's synonymous with that way of thinking because it falls along the same type of hierarchical thinking that they have towards affinity groups.
This gets so much worse. The company, Boba, had to post an official statement in response to the controversy.
And apologize?
I really hope they didn't, but let's just take a look here. They said, "Dear valued customers and the public, we are very sorry for our delayed response. We needed time to do our due diligence and fully understand the gravity of this situation." It's boba tea.
There is no gravity.
There is no gravity to the situation. It's boba tea. Okay. First and foremost, we want to deeply apologize for the harm we have caused by our words and actions on the show.
What harm? What harm? What? You offended a Hollywood actor.
Please. This is just too much sometimes. While it was never our intention to cause harm or disrespect the community that created and popularized this beloved drink, we take full responsibility for the impact of our actions. Additionally, Simu Lu raised very valid points regarding cultural appropriation, and we welcome this learning opportunity. We fully understand the backlash over our feature based on what people saw on TV. When we said you're never quite sure about its contents, in reference to boba, we were not referring to the traditional bubble tea formula found in specialized shops, nor were we criticizing it. We can appreciate that this wasn't communicated effectively, as English is our second language, because they're French Canadian. What we were comparing it to is other ready-to-drink products in big box stores. On the show,
we have to talk about the MSG.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that because there were other comments.
You have no idea how deep the well of weird social justice mental illness goes.
I thought we were over this. I thought we were past peak woke. I really did. But sometimes like situations like this prove me wrong.
I made a joke and then it turned out that I wasn't even far off of what actually was being said.
Like we have speculated on the show, like, have we passed peak woke yet? Are we finally putting wokeness to rest? But no, maybe we haven't. Maybe we're still in the age of woke because situations like this still happen. But anyway, they went on to say, we presented our newest formula, which hasn't been released everywhere yet. In this version, we've removed artificial coloring, flavoring, and preservatives while maintaining lower sugar content. This is why we mentioned a healthier option on the show. And this is where the controversy comes in, because it wasn't just cultural appropriation that people had a problem with. It was stigmatizing Asian food as less healthy and low class.
And I made some
This person
joke
commented,
Hold,
we have
please.
a crisis party.
Hold, please.
Eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Okay, so this person commented here, the problem is not that they're making a boba product. The problem is they're marketing it as a healthier and better option than traditional bubble tea and perpetuating the narrative that Asian food is inherently lower class and unhealthy. They're basically saying their product is better because it's got the white stamp of approval. This is an echo of the xenophobic MSG rhetoric all over again.
I made a joke beforehand that it had something to do with MSG, and I was kidding, but that's actually what they believe.
Xenophobic MSG rhetoric.
It's so everybody else is QAnon, but it's a xenophobic MSG conspiracy against another culture. That's insane. And you're mentally ill.
Yeah. I cannot believe that people like this still exist in the year of 2024. Like, we're like a decade past what is called the current year.
Yes.
Can we move on already?
No, you can't. Well, not as long as the internet
Can we be done with this?
Not as long as the internet exists. It'll never happen.
Why are these people, like, how are they real?
The
how do you
worst-
exist? And I, you know what? Like, the company now, they deserve it because they apologized for nothing. They apologized for absolutely nothing. They did nothing wrong.
Yep.
So at this point, you know, they're throwing you to the wolves. Fine.
Apologizing is never the answer. It will never be enough. They will never take your apology on its face. They will say that they forgive you and then use it against you whenever you step out of line next, whatever that may be.
Despite our intentions, we take responsibility and are accountable for the impact this has had. It's clear that we should have called upon the expertise of Taiwanese partners to shape the ways in which we give credit to the cultural roots of bubble tea and ensure cultural integrity by acknowledging its origins in Taiwanese culture. We will reevaluate our branding, packaging, and marketing strategies to ensure that they reflect a respectful and accurate representation of our Taiwanese partners and bubble tea's cultural roots. We will commit to further learning about the impacts of cultural appropriation to ensure we are equipped with the skills to effectively work cross-culturally. We are confident if we continue to engage in open dialogue, community leaders and stakeholders, we will prevent this from happening again in the future. We understand that actions speak louder than words, and as such, we are committed to taking these necessary steps to ensure our future decisions reflect our values and the deep respect we have for Taiwanese culture. This has been a valuable learning experience for all of us, and we understand your negative reactions, but we feel the hate speech and death threats are absolutely uncalled for and need to stop. We truly hope that people give us a chance to set things right and show you that we can do better. So two white people made a boba tea brand and got death threats for it because some insufferable woke actor set the wolves on them. Yep. This is the situation that we're looking at right here. This is just straight up mental illness. Like, you need to just be locked up. You need to be locked up. I'm going to just start saying that. Like, all of these people, they just need to be locked up because I don't want to live in a society with people who act like this.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.